Hello everyone, this is Xianggu. I'm going to present my project, the final product today. The project is based on a very challenging issue in current online proctoring system. So as a online Master of Computer Science student, we're all familiar, I think most of us are all familiar with this kind of system, the Proctor Track. I show here Proctor Track developed by a very efficient company. So usually we just go to testingveryefficient.com and until the page open up and then we log in and then we can choose what kind of test we have. So I'm not going to show you what test I have. That's a, so for some reason. So basically, what I'm showing you here is one of the tests. If you go into the online proctoring to take your exam, that's basically something what you are looking at. So here there is some icons like a best practice download lab test, and here is the mostly is the exam region. So this is the question, 1 out of 1 question. I confirm that the information I have provided here are all correct to the best of my knowledge. That's kind of example test. So that's not really a question. And then down here you can choose yes or no. Just like imagine this is a real example. Like what's the main teacher or instructor of this course, and then you have 3 choices to choose from. And then here, most of the time, there's a clock showing you how much time you have left, and here shows the progress of the test. You have finished one of the question out of total 1 question as shown here, but in real case it could be 20 questions. And here are some marks showing when the test started and when the test ends. So um, the project or the tool I developed is to improve this online proctoring or online examining experience. So, for example, just imagine if the question asks you to describe a figure, something, or describe a function. For example, I want you to describe a linear correlation, or I want you to show a linear regression line on a plot. How can you describe that, right? You can only choose A or B, or in some cases you can have a text box down here. You have to use your words to describe what kind of a figure looks like. It's pretty hard, right? We all know one figure is much better than thousands of words. So why wouldn't we provide a region down here to allow the students or user to draw something and include that drawing or include that figure as part of their submitted answer. So for this purpose, I developed this add-on tool to help our students do better in their exams. So in order for this demo, I also deploy my tool in Heroku. So here's the address. If you just type in virtual scratchpad.herokuapp.com. So by the name, the tool I'm developing, the name of the tool is called Virtual Scratchpad. From the name of the tool, you can infer that this is basically a scratchpad, but it's virtual because it's not paper-based, it's computer-based. So let's go here and see what happens here. So basically, what you see here is still similar the framework as a proctor track system. So it has also this kind of framework. And here I modify this question to just give you an idea, just give you an experience of how the real exam looks like. So this is a typical question in algorithm field. So what's the asymptotic relation between running time and the input size for this algorithm? So we have the running time as a function of number of input as n. This running time is equals to 2 times the running time of half of size problem plus n plus the size of problem. So if you are familiar with the master theorem and if you are familiar with the algorithm, you know this is a divide and conquer paradigm. So well, this is most likely to be a merge sort or something like that. So according to master theorem, the time complexity of this algorithm will be big O of n log n. So then we should choose the logarithm. Well, most of the time, if the professor or instructor give you this question, you just choose the logarithm and then click the submit here. But what if we want to, but remember this is the time complexity is big O of n log n. It's not a log n, so it has something different than logarithm. So how we want to express that? And also, if for example, if you're not sure about the logarithm or exponential or linear, you want to choose logarithm and also to show the professor it's the big O of n log n to make sure you are 100% sure. You want to include some figure or either actual or additional text to show that you know this knowledge. You don't want to give me half grade. It's just, I want a full grade. So how do you do that? In order for that purpose, I developed this virtual sketchpad. So this is basically a canvas built in HTML, and then you can interact with it with some movement with some mouse or finger interaction, and this interactivity was captured by JavaScript built backend. So let me just show you. For example, if we want to draw this, we want to show this time complexity in a figure. How do we do that? So firstly, we want to draw a 2D plot, right? We want to draw a y-axis and then an x-axis, right? And then we build here as 0. This is the origin, and then we say the x-axis is uh, representing the problem size, and the y-axis is representing the time complexity of this problem. So I have say t of n. Well, I'm using my mouse to draw this figure, but this tool is developed for both mouse to capture both mouse input and finger input if you are using a touchable screen. So I'm going to show you how I use my finger on my PC to finish the rest of the demo. So as you notice here, we have also have some other options, other tools. So for example, choose color shown here. These figures, all those things I draw in black color. What if I want a different color? For example, let's say I want this orange color. So I can use my mouse either to click orange color, or I use my finger to touch here. And then I can start drawing. So this is n log n. So I'm going to draw some curve like this. Well, not so pretty, but I express the meaning. So this is the time complexity of this algorithm. And also I want to put some notation beside it, not just the um, lonely figure. So I choose the blue color here, and I can say I can write t n is equal to big O of n log n. Right, and then next I can click. So now I finish answering this question by choose the logarithm, and I draw some figure to show this logarithm correlation, and also I write out the full description, full solution to this problem as t of n is a big O of n log n, and then next I can click submit. I will submit this answer to the backend storage, so the professor, instructor, or grader will know, okay, my choice is logarithm, and here's my solution, and here's my solution. I give them a detailed description saying I fully understand the problem. Well, just in case you draw something bad, you don't want to show it. For example, I think this O is not good enough, so I can choose the eraser function by clicking it, or use my finger to touch it, and then I can wipe out this big O, which I draw ugly, and then I can choose another color. Let's say I choose the red color, and then I draw another O. It becomes worse, but you know the meaning. Also, in some case, you don't like the overall design at all, nothing at all. You want to wipe out the whole thing. Instead of using this eraser to wipe out a line by line, you can click clear here, and it's supposed to get rid of everything. So when you click clear, it will pop up this window. Because I'm recording this demo, so somehow it doesn't come up successfully. But now you see, so you ask you want to clear, I say yes, so everything is gone. So you have to probably have to start from scratch again. And also, in this case, for example, you can also use this scratch pad as real scratch pad. So I know, okay, this, for example, as this question, I know the time complexity of this algorithm is 2 times the half of the problem and the plus n. So I know, notice immediately this is divide conquer. So I have a problem size of this one and then divide by half because it's 2 times t of n divided by 2. So each one will be smaller, half smaller, divided by 2. And then next, for this problem, I will divide it by split in two problem and divided by half again. And this will be continuing half again, half again. And then how many down here? It's going to be log of n. And then how many steps spent on each node? This should be n over 2, and this should be n over 2, and then this should be n over 4, and something here, same thing here, and then totally oops. So now I want to use my eraser to erase out all this bad stuff. And then for each layer, we know it's n, right? For each layer, there's n task, and each layer there's n task. So totally log n of layers. So in total, the time complexity is n log n. So I'm showing you that I'm using this virtual scratchpad to work out the solution. If I don't know the answer immediately, but I can use this region, this canvas, as a scratchpad to help me solve the problem. So if we look at the source code here, it's pretty simple. So mainly there's a region of script to define, to capture the interactivity input by the user. So we have some function to define the color of the pen and some event listener to capture the interactivity. And then mainly we are using this canvas object returned by JavaScript to capture the object, and also the draw function is mainly some move from, begin, pass, stroke, all this built-in function. And then down here for the markup, it is a simple markup for the canvas. It's here, canvas goes here, so canvas in here. So this is the region of the code. Let me show it up a little bit. I don't know how to show it up. Oops. Yeah, this is the canvas. So basically, it's a canvas markup, and then after the canvas, you can have some, like here I'm showing you all the colors, different color: green, blue, red, yellow, orange, black, and then also some button to click as to erase. This is eraser button, and also here we have submit button. So that's it. That's a pretty simple and a neat technology which allow user or students to use this virtual scratchpad to help them solve the problem, and also they can include this walkthrough as part of their answers to the question. Okay, so more information you can find in the write-up paper to read more about the detail about this implementation, and also some future work we can do. For example, one of them could be I can build here a revert or redo button, so I don't have to use the eraser to erase out one by one. I can erase step by step. So this requires a little bit more work, which are not included in this first version. So we expect to see more. Well, thank you very much for watching.